Ever wired money overseas only to lose out to hidden fees, slow transfers, or support that ghosts you the second something goes wrong? Airwallex says it can fix all of that, but does it actually deliver? I tested the platform myself, and by the end of this video, I'll show you one feature that completely changed how I handle international business. Now, before you move a single dollar into this platform, let's talk about something that most people skip: real user experiences with this platform. When I started testing Airwallex, I made a point to dig through both the glowing Airwallex reviews and the angry rants. And when you're analyzing a financial platform like this, I found it's usually smart to start with the harshest reviews. I found one review where a user claimed Airwallex froze his account just a week after opening it, held his money, and kept asking for documents even after he provided everything. And according to him, their support just kept responding with copy-paste items and their terms and conditions. Dramatic? Maybe. Concerning? Sure. But here's the thing. I don't know his full story. I don't know what triggered the account freeze or if there were flags in his KYC process. I've been through account verification with Airwallex myself, and yeah, they are strict. But they're a licensed financial institution. If anything seems off, even slightly, they'll pause things. That's not ideal, obviously, but it's also not unusual for platforms that deal with large international transfers. And look, on the flip side, many users swear by the platform. One business owner said he'd been looking for a better alternative to Payoneer, and thinks he's finally found it in Airwallex. He even admitted that the negative reviews almost scared him off, but after using it for a few weeks, it's been working flawlessly. Another user mentioned that Airwallex is super intuitive, easy to use, and offers great support. His only gripe? He wishes their UK cards came with cash back like they do in some other countries. That's pretty minor compared to some of the horror stories you sometimes hear about fintechs. So yeah, the platform isn't perfect, but most complaints seem to come from edge cases or from users who may not have gone through the right onboarding steps. If you're careful, you follow the ID and the document verification rules, and you double check your setup, it's likely that you'll avoid those issues entirely. So now that we've cleared that up, let's talk features, because this is where Airwallex starts to separate itself. I didn't expect much at first, but once I got into the dashboard, I realized this is way more than just a currency transfer tool. It's a complete financial operations platform. Let's start with the Airwallex business account. If you've ever tried to run a global business with local banks and old school wires, you already know the nightmare. With Airwallex, I was able to open local currency accounts in the US, UK, Europe, and Australia, all from one login. No physical branches, no paperwork hell. Everything is handled digitally, and the best part? I can receive customer payments in their local currency, without them ever seeing a currency conversion. It all settles like a local transaction, but hits my account like a global one. That's a huge edge for businesses operating internationally. And while Airwallex alternatives offer something similar, I've found Airwallex has way lower fees and better currency conversion rates. Unlike Payoneer, which sometimes tacks on hidden costs, Airwallex was refreshingly transparent. But here's where I really started paying attention: security. Before I moved any real money, I did my homework. Airwallex isn't some back alley fintech. They're licensed and regulated in multiple countries, including the US, UK, Australia, and more. Their security infrastructure includes bank-level encryption, regular third-party audits, and a strict internal access policy. And there's the answer to your question: is Airwallex safe? They've even got an entire online security portal where you can see their compliance measures, security architecture, and data privacy policies. I haven't seen that level of transparency from many fintechs. And unlike Payoneer, which sometimes feels like a black box when it comes to data handling, Airwallex is way more upfront. Now, for payments, the core of what Airwallex does, I was able to create payment links, set up one-time or recurring billing, and collect in multiple currencies using my customers' local payment methods. The payment suite is tailored for e-commerce, and as someone who's managed sales in peak season, I can say this saves you time and money. The whole checkout experience is streamlined. Fewer drop-offs, higher conversions. Even during Black Friday madness, everything stayed fast and stable. That alone made a huge win for my business. Now, let's talk about something I didn't expect: the new multi-account features. I have multiple stores and accounts under different brands, so before Airwallex, managing them was a headache. But now I get a unified dashboard to see balances, payments, expenses, and approvals all in one place. I can even shift funds instantly between accounts, which helps with cash flow. It's also simplified user management, so I can grant and restrict access across accounts with one setting. No more logging in and out of different portals. For any CFO or financial manager out there, this is gold. Then there's the multi-currency corporate cards. I'll admit I didn't expect much with these, but these Visa cards look slick, and more importantly, they work in dozens of countries with zero transaction fees. I've used mine in 5 different currencies and haven't paid a single FX fee. You just set spend limits, track expenses, and go. Compare that with Payoneer's limited card offering and higher transaction charges, it's night and day. Airwallex feels more like a full-stack finance platform. Payoneer still feels like a workaround. So, is Airwallex legit? Obviously, but no platform is perfect, and Airwallex is not an exception to that. If I had to point out one thing, it's that Airwallex can feel a bit overwhelming at first. There's a lot packed into this platform, and if you're just looking to make the occasional overseas transfer, it might feel like overkill. But that said, I don't think that's a bad thing. It just means that it's built for scale. For small business owners, growing e-commerce brands, or even digital nomads juggling multiple currencies like I do, JPY, USD, EUR, this level of power and control is exactly what you want. I wouldn't call that a flaw, just something to be aware of. The learning curve is there, but it's worth it once you see just how much time and money you save. Okay, so what about cost? You'd think a platform like this would come with steep monthly fees or a bunch of hidden charges, but honestly, Airwallex is reasonably priced for what you get, especially when you factor in the 0% transaction fees, competitive exchange rates, and how many different tools they roll into one. You're probably spending more right now using 3 separate services to do what Airwallex does under one roof. Check the link in the description below to get the current pricing details. We try to keep it updated with their best promos and discounts. Just make sure you check before you sign up. And yes, if you're still wondering, is Airwallex legit to pay for and use? From what I've seen, the pricing structure is just as transparent as the product itself. So, is Airwallex safe? In my experience, absolutely. It's become a core part of how I run my business finances. Between the local accounts, zero FX fees, corporate cards, and strong compliance, it checks all the boxes. But don't take my word for it. Check the link in the description, explore their features, and take advantage of any promos available today.